a romaine.
Mary Ellen Taylor sells her produce at weekend farmers markets near Washington, D.C. The heads of lettuce, still attached to their roots, are popular, and she has many regular customers, like Betsy Kulik.
The lettuce just tastes fabulous. That we can come year-round, even in January, February, and March. Her lettuce is very green and tastes just as good then as it does in the summer.
Taylor grows the lettuce and other salad greens on her family farm in Loudoun County, Virginia, about 80 kilometers from Washington.
Isn't this beautiful? I mean, it is so clean. No sand or soil or pests down in there. It is just like a perfectly formed green rose that's edible.
Taylor harvests 4,000 of those in her 2 hydroponic greenhouses each week all year round. That's why she named her farm Endless Summer Harvest. She has a dozen part-time employees and frequent visitors from around the world.
Several weeks ago, investor group from Botswana came to visit with us. We have had farmers from Afghanistan here that were visiting because this would be ideal controlled environment to bring to Afghanistan where the climate is so harsh.
The hydroponic crops here are protected from the harsh elements from planting to harvest.
What she is doing here is she is loaded this cedar with watercress seeds, and she is planting them in the rock wool.
After they germinate, these little plants stay in the nursery for 2 weeks. Then they're moved to a greenhouse and placed into gutters where they'll grow to market size. They're nourished sustainably using recycled water.
That tank has 600 gallons of water with the nutrients. It continuously flows in and out of that tank after it has gone through the system and all of the plant's roots.
Taylor says the 2 greenhouses take up a little over 1,000 square meters of land, but produce the equivalent of a conventional 5-hectare farm.
We've established that it's so productive on small pieces of land so they can be closer to major metropolitan areas.
So, besides farmers markets, Taylor can sell her fresh produce to specialty grocery stores.
It's incredibly popular. We have a great following.
And local restaurants. Chef Anthony Lombardo uses the hydroponic lettuces in his signature salads.
They really like the salad a lot. We've had a lot of positive feedback about the salad.
People are so into buying local food. 90% of Americans eat lettuce every day.
Taylor says she enjoys being known as the lettuce lady and is planning to double her farm's size this year. For producer June So, Amy Katz, VOA News.
My name is Robert Hawson and I'm the vertical farm technician here at Wigan University Technical College. Vertical farming is rather than continue to expand our farms outwards, to expand them upwards. So rather than build a 10-acre greenhouse and have 10 acres physically taken up, why not build an acre greenhouse and do 10 layers on top of it?
Due to the increase in population, which is going to hit 9 billion by 2050, we're going to rely heavily on future technologies, and that's where hydroponics plays a massive part.
This specific vertical farm can grow plants that you would normally grow on an acre and a half in the space of the room behind us.
First we sow them, and then they're placed in the propagation room, and after a few weeks they are placed on the hydroponic unit in the troughs. And after that, once they are fully grown, they are harvested.
We grow a wide variety of things. We focus mainly on herbs because that's what we use downstairs in the production kitchen. However, we have grown lettuce, we've grown chilies, we've grown peppers. We grow a lot of Chinese herbs for a local Chinese restaurant, so we grow the pak choi, the choy sum and the kai lin. We grow in a hydroponic conveyor belt. It does 1 revolution every half hour. We use that system to water the plants so that each plant can get the same amount of water, but also we use it so they can share the sunlight and get the same amount of sunlight.
So the plants are grown in a synthetic soil, and it's done this way so that you can monitor how much water's going through it and how much water the plant's absorbing and the growing rate. It basically recycles the water that it uses, so the plants take in the amount of water that they need, but then the remainder water, which would normally be drained into the earth, it's collected and pumped around the system back into the plant again. It's 90% less water than what you'd use in a natural field.
Well, I originally come from a farming family and we're very limited by the seasons, so we have to sow everything in the spring and then harvest it throughout the year. Here we can be sowing all year round, harvesting all year round.
If you're a farmer, you can have a bad day, you can have a good day, it just depends on what the weather wants, but you can control that with a vertical farm.
And grow vertically, we can grow on rooftops, we can grow in a building such as this, where traditionally you would need acres and acres of fields to do such a thing.
Hydroponics is still evolving as to how we're using it in, say, Japan, for example, where there's a lot of people in a small space. They've started turning all the old technology factories where they used to make floppy drives and CD drives, which are now obsolete, and they've started creating plant factories where they'll literally just grow nothing but one crop, so say they'll grow nothing but lettuce or nothing but pak choi. This is giving them lots of fresh, healthy vegetables.
Since the growing population, especially in the coming future, I definitely think that the vertical farm hydroponics will definitely be used more and more around the world.
Food security is something that's becoming very important very quickly. We're an expanding population in England. There's more and more people and we're building houses all the time, which means there's less farmland. We either have to ship it in from abroad, which means your food is a week, 2 weeks old by the time it gets to you, or you can grow it here in a vertical farm. We can harvest food here and be using it, cooking it, have it delivered in an hour.